coupons did you get? 3. I'm gonna get some water. Derby.
Closer to everybody on TSM. The spray starting to come out. You can see a little bit connecting. And there we go. Navi is just dusted. The hunt is on. The spray comes through. And the EU Giant.
What's happening? What is this? Are they announcing a new map? I picked TSM, Genji, and Ghost. I didn't know you could pick after the first. I thought you had to pick right away, so I picked people who are already out. What's happening? Hi everyone. Yeah, sorry I wasn't here last night. I was not feeling good yesterday. RNG Championship. Yeah, I'm feeling better today. I don't know what happened to me. Yesterday I just woke up with like a really bad headache and I barfed 3 times. And then I felt kind of better like last night, late last night. And today I just felt pretty bad still. But that didn't stop me from going to Micro Center and buying computer parts for my new PC. It didn't stop me. Hopefully I'll be back to 100% tomorrow. Luckily, all I have to do is sit here, so. Sorry, my mouse is in the way. Which AMD chip did you get? I got a, I can actually show you guys what I got. I got a 9900 KS. No AMD.
It's time to get ready. We
we are almost upon it as we begin the proceedings. Gentlemen, top is Avenger. Froz, we are going to talk about some of these teams before we get into our first game here. GEX,
So
the
loud.
team that is one of the underdogs of the tournament as a whole. Froz, I'm going to start with you. I wonder why. As we talk about this team, they need to step up to the plate today, and they need to be able to prove their worth here on the grand stage.
So I still have them as my dark horse. They had a really rough start yesterday on Erangel. They got dropped on. They didn't do well. They got wiped away. But at the same time, they did come back during game 3, but it was not enough. After I dropped out a little bit more again, I want to see them be
Am I gonna
much
do a
more
live PC
consistent.
build?
We saw
No,
them during
I'm
the
not going to.
semifinals. They ended up at 5th place, being super
You
consistent
mean you got
throughout the whole
9900K?
stage there.
No, I got a 9900KS.
So we also saw them in some of the fights yesterday. We saw some
It's
tendencies.
like a
what they
newer,
were
it's
able
like a
to do,
newer
and
one.
if they manage to step up, they can definitely
It's like
claim a
not
bigger
that much. It's
share of
basically
the prize pool,
9900K.
guys.
It's a little better.
I mean, I think you can say that they're still a dark horse, but they're
It's like
going to have to be
7%
themselves
better.
to come out on top here. Also, we've got W-Click. I think that these guys are another team that's outside of trophy shot, but that doesn't mean you still can't make life-changing amounts of money with a really good run today. And they have nothing to lose. Both GEX and W-Click have the
I
ability
watched
to
the
catch
I was
people
actually
off
like
guard, to
I
play
wasn't
sort of
feeling well
outside
enough to
the
even
box,
watch
and
this
that's what
last
they need
night,
to
but
do.
I
Nothing
did
is
catch the last
impossible yet,
2
though, but
matches.
Silsen, he had
So I
8
missed
out of
the,
11 kills that W-Click had yesterday.
First
And also
4.
Ragnar and Silsen,
Or
they
how-
do
I don't know
have
how
the
many there were. How
experience
many
of
were there?
These type of stages. They were both
I only got the last
year
2.
at PGI, so they have the experience, they have the confidence. I'm sure they're going to be able to show more.
We're playing
today
6
than they
again
did
today, I
Then
guess,
you got a
right?
team like QM that sort of, I don't want to say shocked
AC
everybody,
Tempo
but came
Stormwind?
really
Yeah.
aggressive
It
at
was
that
really
last
great.
stage.
They sat in
ended
a
up
compound,
second
and then the
after sort
circle
of
was on them
groups
like every
and
single
have been
time until they won.
really playing hard.
I mean, they played
I
it
think
well,
surprised
which
me
is
with
funny.
his skill. It shocks me to see them struggling right
Funny.
now in 14th place. I thought they would come out here. I thought they would be better. I mean, Kylaris even picked them to win this entire thing.
I did. And then moving on to Na'Vi here. To
Oh, yeah, I
round
was gonna move
things
my
out
camera.
As well, one of our PEL
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
that a lot of people are looking for.
Let me just,
success here right now. How do you think they
remove
stand right
this.
now, Avenger, and what do you think their anticipations are?
So they're currently sitting on 10th place with 26 points. One good game, one Navi kind of win with a lot of kills, 10, 15 kills will put them up there. They'll put straight back into the top
There we
5.
go.
I'm hoping to see that kind of start. Miramar is their kind of map to do so.
See why I'm tuned in. I mean, I want to watch, but
for PGC,
I want to see if they're going to announce something. I'm just hoping they're going to announce something big
There was
at the
no
end.
better way to put it. We are now moments away from kicking off the final day. And before we do, I want to say a big thank you to everyone in the arena behind us, those at home who have tuned in.
I also
and
got my new
supported
camera
this
working,
game from start
so
to finish. Yes, it is about the players
it's not
on
on right
stage,
now.
But this is as much
But,
your
hopefully tomorrow
final
I'll
as
be
well.
using my
You
new camera.
supported this game. The prize pool, everything has added to this
gonna
moment. So
mess with
breathe
it
it in, guys
after
and girls.
tonight.
This is the last chance to dance for a lot of these teams.
It's a hardcore fan base that has been watching and keeping in touch for the last year as we started this road to this main stage, to one team being crowned a world champion and walking away with $1.75 million. It's an
The
infinitesimal
winner, wow,
number
it's
to
like a
think about.
1.75. Let's do
Four
some
of these
math
guys
here.
on that stage are going to be
Let me get out my
pocketing that,
calculator.
but they have to get through 6 more games, Lauren. It's not as
That's
easy
it.
as that. It's easy to just say
Where's my
yes, there's
calculator?
money on
I
the
can't
line,
find
click
it.
heads
Here it
and
is.
win forehead. But it's not. This is a
$1.75
dungeon
million.
gauntlet. Every one of those 16 teams, and something Steve mentioned on the desk.
Divided
the
by
teams now that are in
4,
the lower half
that's
of that, they're
400K.
going to struggle to work their way up there. There's
We're going
nothing
to
to
take
lose, and
out
every
another,
position,
we're
it's
going to
more money in
minus
the bank.
Richard, it's a Sunday. We know what can happen on a Sunday. We know what
Yeah,
can
there's-
begin. I'm not writing anyone
a
out.
Hold on.
I'm not writing
1.75 million.
anyone out anymore. It's almost
Times-
time again.
let's
Thank
say the
you
org
for
takes-
sticking with us as we are almost ready to step
Some orgs take like
on
10 to
that first
20%.
map the players prepared.
Let's be let's say they take 10%.
The last couple of words being said between
Because
them.
that's
First, we did see Erangel
175K.
yesterday. That was the first glimpse. We
Let's
got
just round it
see,
up to
but now it's a
200K.
different landscape in front of us.
So now we're at
Things turned
155,000,
Upside down
1.55
yesterday
million,
when
I
we
think.
moved towards the last stages and we look towards Miramar.
Now we divide that by
We're going
4,
back to the sandy pastures.
and now you
There was
divide
a
that
big
by
difference.
2.
And just to clarify, the
For
League Ops team
taxes,
is monitoring
and each
all
player
of
gets
this to present the
200K.
most partial and fair
That's pretty
matches
good.
going forward, just to keep you guys informed of all of the happenings. Crack on.
It's a totally different game.
It's not
We
like
spoke
you
about
can
it earlier on
retire,
in the
but
back.
that's pretty good.
Yesterday, the East, they
It's
started
not
out
Dota money.
strong. They
It's,
came in hot.
it's no Dota money.
And they worked their way to the top of the table. Then all of a sudden the West decided, you know what? It's time to turn up. And it's time to get this one
Taxes are
underway.
50%.
Day 2, match
well,
1,
I'm just
grand
estimating.
finals
I mean,
is
like when you make that
about
amount of money
to
in a year, you'll
begin.
probably be
The
put in the
plane's
highest tax
the
bracket.
air.
So.
And we are going to Miramar.
6 more games, 5 after this, and it's from south to north.
I'm just estimating. I'm just estimating over here.
Finally put up numbers on
Hey, bubble shape.
Miramar.
Yeah, I am
The
feeling
East claimed those first couple
better.
of games.
Not perfect,
Was
but
it
better.
They just come off the starting blocks hot?
Damn it,
The
doobie
Korean
doobie
teams,
doo.
the Chinese teams, are they just that much better?
I meant to.
Was it the map? Is
I was gonna
this
turn the jersey
time
upside
to see
down.
that top 5 shake up?
Oh
Well,
my
look,
God.
yesterday, we just it just a second ago, we saw the West begin.
I haven't. I got my other jersey in the
Bears
mail.
grabbing
Okay, I'm gonna
an
go
abundance of
get it
kills. They got a
framed
second, they got a
this
first,
week.
They round out the day strong.
Got my TSM
But the
jersey.
question is, was this just Miramar, or was this them heating up? There are a million and one things we can theorize to how
Thanks for all the
this
subs,
will all
guys.
go. I mean, naturally, usually,
I'm not gonna read through all these.
They do well, but all of a sudden,
Still not feeling 100%. I'm gonna try not to like overdo it here. Don't want to wait. Use my. I'll read some. Sojourner with the 2-year resub. Thanks, dude.
Ironically, on your screens right now. And I'll
28 months from
throw this
Chemo.
one out there. Yesterday,
What's up, Chemo?
they picked up the first 2 wins. It was super impressive.
Wonder, thanks for gifting one, and for tier 1. Teo and Nanto, thanks for a year. Donkey Gorilla Dong, 100 bits. What's up, dude? I'm good, dude.
It may be better than some. I mean, hell, down
And
at
for
the
the
bottom
200
of the table,
bits, thanks, dude.
we've got one team with 15 points. But that's the story of PUBG and how things
Watch
can
me
change.
watch it.
And
Them.
ultimately, how we've led to this scenario where there's no definitive
Is the
winner.
audio good?
top
Can you
is
guys hear me
completely
okay?
open.
Over
I
whatever.
mentioned the West, and I can't help but talk about it. You look at circle
OTR Live,
positioning
thanks for
as this
500
is hit
bits.
already. You have TSM and FaZe
As
in
you could
paramount
see by my
position.
Twitter picture
They
last
could
night, I was trying to
arguably
represent
face
you
off
while
against
you were
each other
sick.
and cause some damage,
Is there any way I
but
can
they're
get
in
your
a very
logo
good
to put
spot.
on a
You look
jacket for my
towards the
puppy
West,
up
for
here?
example, not many people are going to be
If you send me a DM on
further in
Discord,
from
I
that
could
side, so they should have clear shot. You look at Fuzzface
send you,
on
like,
Twitter, he was
the-
saying it's not just about circle position. It's do
I
you
could
have to
send
go
you,
through
like, I don't know.
teams? Is there
I have, like,
anyone
the
rotating
Adobe
around
file.
you? What's the surrounding
Or the
area?
Illustrator
It's
file.
more than just where you are.
Okay, thank you, guys.
But I have to say, between TSM and FaZe, and you're arguably Na'Vi in the north, they have a great deal of territory.
I love how you pointed that out because it's one of those things we see quite often in PEL when we get TSM in this kind of circle central map. We know they generally, the time and time again we've seen before, they'll move off the back of Hacienda, but down here now in their location, how this circle, the first few, it does dictate how we go further, but we know from around circle 3,
Thoughts on day 1
4,
results?
we can get a
My
good
thoughts are that
gist
it's
and a good
crazy how
feel of
much
how it will flow. The
can change in
mountaintops,
just
the
1 or 2 games.
inaccessible terrain
I think FaZe is in last
dictates
place.
where the circle will be
And then after the
flowing
last
to.
2
Many
games,
of
they were
these
in 5th.
teams are now skilled
Something
and
like that.
individual. I think someone like Gustav, they spoke about him and they really sung his prayers on the desk. Formidable player, but most importantly, an incredible
You got the Pro X and you
IGL.
love
To
it.
have
Nice,
at the helm
dude.
on a map like this, if he's feeling it, he's on fire this competition, this could be his next few matches to look out for.
Yeah, I was glad we were looking at Gen G, just Pio and Taemin, between them, 20 kills. Huge impact from just yesterday individually. Very impressive to look
Taemin was
towards. I'm
owning
wondering if that
yesterday.
can be
In one of the
replicated.
last
If it
games, he was just
comfort
he was
with
just
circle
owning, dude.
position, we can only theorize until we see the proof in the pudding, which is today. Everyone relatively calm thus far.
Yeah, so they only played 12
It's
games
gonna
total,
be
right? Pretty small.
much
I think that
even
anyone can win
for
still.
now. I'd say yes, the Southeast teams could be in a bit of a harder position. Anyone who drops Los Leones here will have to work through teams. That is going to be a factor. Everyone else should have pick of the litter. They can go where they fancy. I see a couple of shots here and there, but they're all peacocking. There's not much to
Genesis
be
is
worried
in like
about
6th,
as
aren't
of
they?
yet.
They're doing really well.
PNG had the fantastic day on Erangel, but you spoke about
Ended up
Taemin.
getting that
He's up
memory,
there
by
in
the way,
top 5
Philosopos.
players with the most kills
I
on
got
this map
the,
specifically.
4,000
I'd see
megahertz.
Zampa, Gustav, Taemin, 8, 7, and 5 all respectively. 3 of those players actually, I'd see Zampa and Gustav. Same place last time in Oakland a year back. So once again on this map specifically, to be opening up on day 2, you want to look for good performances.
They're in 7th,
Them
okay.
players in particular were key and crucial yesterday.
TSM is
to
doing really
round
well.
Out the day. Now we need to see them start the day
TSM is in
for
like
their teams.
maybe they're in 6th actually.
4AM, the most dangerous team, I think a lot will say. They're so unpredictable. They're so explosive. Hailing from PCL. They've been formidable to look at as a team. It's hard to put them in a box. Are they just a late game team? Can they fight early? Do they have every player in the right place? Do they need it? Is it
Genesis
just
doesn't
their
have an org.
reputation?
Yeah,
We've
so they just
seen
get
them
more
be
money.
so,
True.
so
Some orgs
critically
too don't take
explosive.
money,
It's
so like I was just
scary
estimating,
to
you know.
watch. So
Some
no
orgs don't
one
take
can
any prize
really
money.
tame them yet.
They are impact damage dealers. When we look toward the statistics that we see from 4 Angry Men, they literally shoot everything that walks. They are averaging 1.4k damage done per game. That's 500 more than any other team on average. 3k damage done above any other team. That's why they're all the way up there. And if you think about Gen G, had they not let things slip, or at least picked up a few more points during the latter stages yesterday, they would have been able to extend that gap. But 4AM, literally, if you walk by them, they will fire your way. You will have to duck and cover or take them head on.
Now let's look at WClick. Yes, in the finals they have not turned as many heads, but during those semi-finals, how many times did we see them in that final 3, final 4? Always there, just in the background. They certainly deserve their place here, and I'd love to see that playstyle, their ability to grind to those final end positions, resonating in this moment.
And with only 17 points on the board, there is literally nothing else to lose for this team. If there was a leash on them yesterday, take it off and let them go. Just let them loose on the battlefield.
Would you like to test yourself in a competitive game?
This is a big
pull-up.
pull-up.
Oh.
Everybody's
No, not really.
Lauren.
Rumblers have cut noise. They're waiting patiently. Joy, the smile would be wiped off his face, but does he know? How much of an idea does he have?
I mean, he's being
upstairs,
really
he might
careful.
ring the bell, and the Finn waits so patiently. Joy steps quietly, and as soon as he turns this corner, oh my God, lost HD! Good morning, Joy has just caught him so badly off guard. This is baffling. The Rumblers have no idea what's going on. But here comes Mickey, and he's certainly not looking like the mouse just as of yet.
I don't like the way they played it.
This. The Rumblers are scrappy. They're a bloodthirsty team. But are they ready for what's coming their way, or can they back safely?
They moved away from the windows, so unfortunately now it takes a bit loud to come around. There is a small wrap there from Microfire. Grenades will come up. They're both hiding in a corner. If he hits this, that'll be huge. The 2 players who could take damage there. They are boxed, they are weak. But it does not land. It goes a little bit too far. There's a second. 2 for 1.
Nade spam.
Cherry popping. There's the response they needed.
I don't think they needed the 2-for-1 discount today.
Oh, there's more. How do they have so many nades already? Game just started. Super loot,
Joy
dude.
was the man to draw first blood, but can he do more? Microfry wants to clean this up.
Alpaca's going from behind. He's gonna get shot in the back.
Enjoy all their happiness. One man stands for ace, and can he do anything back? He tries to flush, he gets it. That's bloodthirst. They're out for revenge, and that's a good tag. Waldo has to back away, and the Rumblers, they had it all going. They want to flush these guys. They want to make sure this hurts.
Both of these teams are going to take a hell of a lot of damage. Alpaca, last man standing, enters Ace, running for dear life. You can hear the bullets that are dinking off the back. 16th
he got shot underneath.
Position, and it's the Kar98 that gets the job done. Remember, that's 3rd place coming to this competition.
Yeah, I don't really like how they just stood there.
For the top of the table.
It kind of cost them.
Just a little bit more.
The Rumblers are down in 11th. Yes, you're not looking at them to be a tier 1 finishing team, but doing that sort of damage in that position on the circle, that has got to be mentally devastating. You can see the weapons that are used, so even seeing a Kar98 flush on that and kill is just brilliant to me. I love it. It brings a little smile to my face. Now, this is VC.
Well, it seemed like he did know that they were there, maybe.
Can't ignore what they've been doing.
I don't know. I mean, obviously he cleared it very carefully.
As the teams are now starting to bully each other around those more contested areas.
I'm just surprised they didn't be like, all right, one guy's
yes,
here.
They have lost 2 players. Yes,
Let's
it's going to
just
be damaging as we work further afield into the game.
Like bully him.
Enters Force.
Because like once they realized he's in the tower, I mean, they didn't know it was 1. It could have been 2.
Definitely calling this one back for his teammates.
But once they realized he was in the tower, they could have just
Lazarus,
sandwiched the crap out of that guy.
You can see it in the distance. As the shots do come through, they'll disengage from this one. That's fine for now. Circle pops. Let's see where she goes. Will it be the usual standard thing that we'd see around the middle area? Yes, it is. Generally speaking, this is what we'd expect
All right,
to see.
TSM's got a good position here.
The more kind of
Gen G,
important thing about this
not so
one
much.
is the road in the middle.
North-south divide.
Exactly. Which way you going to go? Which side do you want to be on? TSM for this.
The road
one,
is kind of like a river.
Is a hot point.
Roads are kind of
In
like the
north,
rivers
it
of
becomes very
Miramar.
difficult because you have that mountain terrain that runs through. It cuts it.
Oscar,
In
wow,
the
it's
south
29 months.
Would be the safer position.
Oh my
However,
God.
when we look towards day number 1 and we saw what the circle did, anything can happen, and that's the whole story.
What's your life?
of
Thanks for
PUBG.
500
You
more
have to
bits.
be
All right, dude.
content
I'll be on the
to
lookout for
you have
that.
to have your head on a swivel
I'll do my
and
best.
accept every single conflict that could come your way.
Thanks for all the subs,
Navi
guys.
and
I'm not going to
4AM
read them
are starting to
all.
move from north to south.
sorry.
They're trying to compress. It looks like a lot of these teams are trying to sit on that road. You can see the compound. It's an incredibly popular compound to take. Dangerous to play out of, though, because there are those surrounding hills that give so much vision. You can't get past the fact that TSM and FaZe, looking as well, QM hold very
Do I know the
strong
players on
positions
TSM? No, I don't know them
However,
personally.
On foot is ZGG. The man
sort of know
is an
Gustav.
animal. He's got a mini. He's got the 8 times. That could be the death of Na'Vi. Fall away, get to cover. Do not sit out
We
in
almost
the
played
open,
together a
Senya.
little bit.
You can't do it at
A
this
long
point.
time ago. Like
Just keep
2
an eye out
years
for
ago.
them
We
every
almost
single
played
time
together. For,
someone drives by them. If you are spotted by them, they will happily shoot. They're not afraid of any
Way
single
before he was
fight
on
that comes
TSM.
flying their way. For them,
Or I was
shooting
on
at
TSM.
teams is just ringing the dinner bell and driving more people towards their position.
Senya's got to make the run, Rich. I'm a little worried for him. Luckily, in a way, he can use the downside of the hill, the dark side of the hill to try and work his way forward. He may just have to try and
I
roll
saw
this
that. I
car
saw
as he goes.
Justin
Be meticulous, be
said he had a good
careful.
time.
Na'Vi cannot suffer a loss at this point. When you see these circles centralizing, you know that it's going to be a late game play. We all know. Like,
That's good.
Okay, guys at home in the arena, let's be honest. If this hard shifts at any point, it's going to be mayhem, and the observers will be sweating. We all know how it goes. So, for now, you cannot start losing players. You have to be careful. The Rumblers were forced into that situation. They had to deal
Yeah, I
with
think
it.
they do Miramar
Beyond that,
first
though,
today.
everyone's
So
looking to be
Miramar.
smart, play cerebral PUBG in this.
You'll see a lot of the
Sanok,
players running
Aaron
the
Gill,
minis,
Aaron Gill.
and that's because it's one of the most versatile guns in the game by far. Currently, the top damage dealer across all 6 games.
What is?
19.7k.
The mini?
We are living in a meta where minis, M4s, and SLRs, they're your top 3 damage dealers and weapons knocked. With 6 times and 8 times on a map like Miramar, early game engagements become long game engagements. You'll see people across the map. You'll be looking for scouts. If you can pick someone off on a rotation, happy days, it's a free point. If you can take out someone who's actually looking for
I gotta
a
get my
position,
camera in the right
that's
spot,
even better
dude.
because you've taken away that IGL, you've taken away that captain who's looking for a spot from his team, so it's critical to get these Lone Rangers dead.
And I'm surprised we haven't talked about it yet, is look how much room Genji is ensuring they keep. They're playing incredibly slow rotations. Look at Esther previously, who was just on his screen. He is watching the backside of the crater fields to ensure no one is near them.
Wait, there's
Look
6
at Loki's
games,
rotation.
so
Look at Pio. This is a very unorthodox
there's 3 Miramar?
approach.
Oh,
We'll
wow.
have to touch back into
3
it later to
Miramar,
see
1
how that
Sandhawk, 2
unfolds.
Aaron Gill.
But they are way far west, heading south, and the other 2 are north by crater fields. Incredibly weird split we're seeing coming out.
There's a very small chance this does hard shift all the way to the left, and if it goes west, you're looking between Pozo and Monte Nuevo. There are circle endings we see around there. Generally, we've seen a lot in the middle, and that's
You
why
just
a lot of
remove my
people,
camera and go
TSM,
AFK.
FaZe, QM are banking on that. Circle pops, and you know what? It's done just that. We go to the side of Monte Nuevo and things get a little bit more interesting because there is a huge, huge chance this comes the way of the FaZe clan just beyond their hillside.
T1.
Flood down the middle, off of the back of the ridge in the north.
It's a good circle
TSM
for
now and all
Genesis,
these
too.
other teams that banked on that central location are going to have to
Genesis
go
is
on a
kind of
wide
split
rotate.
up.
And you said FaZe, and you were talking about their current position, but you look at what we know their compound to be. T1
Is there any
has
announcement?
just swarmed
Nope.
it. It's arguably one of the strongest.
They're gonna
when we
announce
see
something.
these circles come in. It
Look,
was
I don't
played
have any
so
reason, again,
often.
to believe
I'm
they're gonna
curious
announce
if
anything,
Fuzzface may
but
scout that. It looks like he is,
if they were to
and now
announce
he's
something, it would be at the
getting
end.
yelled at. I
It
would
would be
not wanna
right
on
at the
receiving
very,
end of
very
any
end,
of that
probably.
man.
Probably.
Sat in fourth with 10 kills beside him. You can see the accuracy. FaZe maybe trying to hedge their bets here, trying to continue that 2-2 split.
There's a few times we've seen FaZe Clan, they will also do the 2-2 split, and it shows you the value of this game and how every single one counts. They've had
Not
a
getting your
poor
hopes up.
performances yesterday, and that cannot
It's okay, I
continue
like to be
today.
disappointed.
They want to win this. They have to play perfect PUBG time and time again. There will
Oh,
be a
no.
time where you may see 2 players
What is
from
he
FaZe
doing?
disconnect and take those
Did he run
compounds
out
that
of
the team
gas or something?
has. But by not doing it, they've been disallowed.
Wow,
that
he ended up
access,
living because
that
he had-
prime territory.
he ended up
T1
living
now
'cause they had to
controls
reload.
Monte Nuevo and the
Nice.
compounds in front of them. But it's going to be critical to take the fight sparsely. Because Genji, they've yet to come out of that blue.
Is
And when
Player
they
Unknown
do,
there?
They need to find a home.
Yeah, we're going to have to now start seeing the teams going on those wider rotations. Na'Vi, yes, to an extent they
Nice.
aren't going to be working in from the north. They could swing on the outskirts.
Maybe they'll announce
sure.
what PUBG
4AM
Projects is
can do
doing.
the same. You know that roadside, any of those compounds will be taken by now. As soon as that hard shift, I don't like saying hard shift, but it was a bit of a swing on that. It will now cause issues. Lazarus Trying to land a couple of shots here, not having much luck. It is a little far. I'll give you a break for now, NA. But we are going to be seeing Tempo Storm, speaking of NA, creeping up in the background behind Lazarus. They've got to be careful about this. They've been quite brazen with the shots. And
So many
now they
minis,
might be on
yeah.
the receiving end.
I don't know if
Saying
Miramar
that,
just has a lot of
4AM
minis or what.
are on the receiving end of a couple of shots themselves.
W click and co. Rotates in abundance. We said Gen G were looking for a home, and here's the first part. Low-key
I wonder what the
checking in.
percentage is of like.
There was a vehicle there. He's definitely called for it. Maybe not. Not look round the front. Could be in trouble. Two players inside waiting at the door once again. Same scenario as before. No movement made. Bullets found, though. He spots one around the corner. That's a good initial opener.
Well, they took down third
I wonder if
place.
Loki
Why
could
not
hear the
start
crowd.
trying to pester the others towards the top, but Genji are
You gotta
a
wonder,
altogether.
because like
That pan sounded like it might have helped you then a touch. Glad you haven't yeeted that one yet. We are seeing that Lazarus have not been unscathed in their battles. PO's on the way. This is a battle they do not want to take lightly.
Low ball.
And this could be big. Waldo takes the nade, drops it down, doesn't quite find where he wants. Now PO and Loki know exactly where they're going to drop that nade to. Loki helping him out, holding the angles, holding the window ledge. There is no support.
they don't know that it's just two.
It's just Waldo.
Well, they actually could know that if they were really paying attention to the kill feed.
Here, unfortunately, but he has to get it done. Oh, all four of them are here. You've got to defend the stairwell. Headshot, but not going to happen. The Rumblers, 15 position for them.
Well played by Gen
It was a good
G.
start to pick up a few frags.
Let's
But once
go.
again, it's an early shower.
My skins are coming.
Place now, V, however, you did touch on them early on. They have to move. They're still
oh my God,
up
this
against.
circle, Rich.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's the
going to-
phase circle. It is the phase circle. If any of you PEL fans or any of the dedicated fans out there who watch every game, you'll know what I mean. It's gone west, basically. So far in the middle, you've got TSM, FaZe, and T1. We'll come back to that, because the Northeast is about to be set on fire. 4AM are in danger. Na'Vi leapfrogged them. They moved ahead. You saw that earlier battle, and now we'll see the end of it.
Oh,
Look at all these engagements
Four-
that go down.
oh,
and talk
man.
about
Na'Vi
the
might
center
get
of the
screwed
circles.
here.
It's going to be a wild one. DJ Boy onto Yeet, down in the kill feed. Sills and also answer back a doozy. Instant knock and flush. He's there. Confirmation. Players behind. But Wayless
pays the
says
price
no.
for going for
Drill
the
comes
thirst.
Through, gets the tag. He's down. Frag's also
Like,
there. It's actually
that guy
stolen
just went for
away.
the thirst and
That
died
QM
because of
distance
it.
on the hillside.
Yeah,
Nice 1 point,
hold
dude.
the higher ground, but everyone is looking this way. As soon as you start shooting, there's going to be a punish. 8C should have that one. I don't think anyone else can steal the flush. Na'Vi already moved ahead, trying to get towards the long bombs, but there's still 4AM on
Man,
their
4AM
heels.
is
But
screwed.
how long can they survive here?
One of their players is
Surely
driving
they're
away.
dead. ZGG is the last one alive in a vehicle, trying to send it anywhere he can. Get away from Na'Vi, get away from QM, get away from VC. Leave the vicinity.
I think Na'Vi will play for these kills off the bat rather than letting them die to the blue when everyone else have them. You may see, there you go, Senya picking up blue. That would have gone somewhere else had he not got that one. It would have gone to another team. I believe it was QM who knocked him. Pio onto Alo. That's a
Or this is the reason I had lost my vehicle in that Rivals game. It's like nothing's happened, but it's phase 4 already.
They're trying to make something happen. The biggest issue with this circle,
TSM is in
there's
a
not lot of
very
compounds, there's not
tricky
a lot of
position.
places to play. You are looking at dips, divots, hell. Look at QM's position at the moment. They're working off the back of a dumper truck and a mere buggy. They are off the back of the vehicle. They're going to have to work this one uphill. Hopefully,
wow.
Enter Sports doesn't get too
That was
tunnel
close.
visioned, because they've got two more players coming up the ridge lines also.
Yeah, Ragnar looks a little dead to rights, if I'm honest here. If he can make it in, that'd be great. He's using the ridgeline for cover, but there's so many in front. QM are making the run themselves. They know Force are nearby, and if you're Force, you're going to be pissed. Your team, your sister team just went down. You want to get yourself in. But look who waits. All these teams can fight on the outskirts. Be of Genesis waiting, VC waiting, FaZe, and actually pretty large split. We'll come to that when it dies down on the outskirts, because Na'Vi are still way off in the blue as well. We're going to be about losing out on maybe one
When's
to
my
two
barrel
teams
skin
here.
coming to mobile?
VC
I don't know,
will be
dude.
mopping
Probably
up
never.
points.
TSM's gone for a split, FaZe Clan gone for a
They don't
split.
do streamer
T1's
skins on
drafting
mobile,
back
I don't
together,
think.
Put all four players in the center of the circle. GX
Look at
on
that.
the hillside. QM gets a response though. Wu
Oh,
Feng hits the
no.
deck.
He was
Senya
shooting
also
too
taking out
fast,
his
man.
teammate. A little bit weird, but we'll let it go.
I see
Four
some
angry
players
men
doing
is
that,
eliminated.
just
Second
spamming their like
place
they
on
can
the
control it
leaderboard.
kind of,
QM will
but
follow through as well.
I think there is a point where
It's a
you're
little bit
shooting
tougher
too
than top
fast.
floor, and we've seen players falling left,
They're
right, and
shooting the mini
center.
like ba 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 ba
We've
ba
seen
ba ba
East
ba
go
ba.
down the north, now 4AM. We're moving to
Like,
the
you might be able to
north
pull
here.
it down,
Look
but
at the territory we have. That
look what
south side
happens.
is about to get busy. You see the engage happening.
It can
Force
work
are
for
not
sure. It
getting
can
away
work.
with
I
it
just
anymore.
don't.
They're getting a lot of pressure coming in,
I
and there's
don't
the first
think-
to go down. And and Na'Vi is eliminated. Not surprising.
Just don't like
they were
it.
far out
I
in
don't
the
like
blue,
it.
struggling for a way in. This eastern side, this ongoing battle, it's actually just down on Indigo. Arguably one of the top fraggers. He's really the powerhouse for this side.
Is it just you? Is there
They need
mechanical
to find
skill
step forward. Summer
underwhelming?
in the way, maybe information being relayed. But
It's
look at
not that
DJ
their
Boy's
mechanical skill
angle.
isn't good. It's just
gonna
that
be
these games
important.
don't really
So now Gen G
showcase
on the run.
mechanical
They're
skill.
moving up towards Tempo Storm. Maybe the knock was the go signal. Lucky's leading the
Some-
way.
I mean, like,
Tempo
you know,
Storm,
sometimes
maybe
they
trying
do.
to get the right. Oh no, the piece come out. Sharky's got to have called that. They have to be on red alert. Oh no, Gen G are at the door. The trade is there, but
Oh,
it's so
baby.
subpar. Gen G sweep through Tempo
They just,
Storm.
dude, I love the way Gen G
All three
plays.
players just pushed aside, no problems whatsoever.
They play so
However, North
aggressive
America
and
on the
confident.
opposing side gets the
They play
job
so
done
confident.
on
There were 2 times
emphasis.
last night where
Ball
they just
goes
like, there's a
down,
fight here, and they just
wipe them out,
push
job
and
done
just
for
kill
now.
everyone.
For the rest of the teams that are
It's
inside the
awesome, dude.
circle, they have to
Everyone else
defend
just
what
kind of
they
sits
played
around,
early.
man.
Genesis has to be swift about this too, in my eyes. Yes, VC are coming off the back of a fight, but they can't waste time here. They need
And
to
they
think about
split
the
up
circle
sometimes, which
position
is interesting.
themselves. Let's see if they can be potent, if they can be quick about this surgical, clinical, VC on the move. Already 3 of their players working their way down. The spray from Nerf. He needed more from that. Switching up to the mini. Where are these shots going, Nerf? This is the time. I know he has to move. The blue's on his back. The pressure is there. Now onto H-Win. Now onto K-Mine. They've got to find VC.
BC only have a small riverbed to work with, if you will, a roadside, because Faceplan will hear this and a couple of grenades might be coming their way.
K-Mine wants this, Rich. He's chasing it. He's pushed up right next to them. DJ Boy's on the left. 2 players on the right. He's going to try and isolate one. This
Oh
is
man, he's going too
insanity
far,
from
maybe.
K-Mine.
He's
But
going
he
too
does
far.
spot it out. Oh no!
Oh,
Tragedy
boy.
strikes. K-Mine's trying to take matters into his own hands, and DJ Boy with a resounding
That
no.
was
While I respect
bummer.
it was a little bit
You could see
bloodthirsty
that
to go
coming.
and try and
He
through
just
the middle
went
of a
too
split
far.
pack scenario like that, it could speak a bigger volume of how little information they actually
Could have
had.
worked, but
This now leaves the rest of his 3 teammates to get the job done. Profi, Beryl, Red Dot.
But now here comes the problem, Rich. We need this.
They're
quick. Look
sandwiched
at
now.
Gen G, they see the issue, and there's VC mopping it up. Yes, TSM a third party.
Ooh, Michael got
VC,
one.
But this is not clean for Genesis, and it's gone from bad to worse. They've lost out on Nerf, and now just H-Win has to watch as everything falls to pieces.
he
One
could get a
nade
triple nade.
could change
Nah,
everything.
he's
It's not going to be that one. It might tag
Oh, we got
Summer.
one.
Job done. Maybe that's the go sign. H-Win. There's one of them healing, 2 of them on the floor. Gustav also kill free. Keep an eye on that. These engagements, you encroach on the circle's
H-Win.
position.
H-Win.
There's 1. There's 2. There's...
Oh,
So close. In the end, the revives will come out and VC stays alive, but this is that TSM battle we saw raging in the kill feed. Gen G getting back on their feet. TSM have 2 players in safety. They put Gustav out on a limb.
TSM
Don't
is in
fear
a
just
tough
yet, but look at
spot,
this cover.
dude.
It ain't much. TSM
They just have
built
vehicles.
this, and that's
They
all
built a
have to
fort. They're
play
playing
with.
Fortnite.
FaZe control the east. GEX have the north. VC and Gen G in the south.
Build a wall.
And T1 in the west.
Gustav dying actually in that bad of a thing, really. Been able to hold them all the way dead to rights. Gen G here, give the information back to the rest of the teams. It also forced them to use and commit utility. It got the knock, it slows them down, it puts them at the mercy of the blue. Meanwhile, FaZe has been repositioning. There's Gen G and VC who've yet to make a run down this riverbed, and when they get here, they are going to be met with a Hail Mary of bullets. Smokes are up, it's time to run. Both for Gen G and VC, they're out of time, they got to go.
Lovely headshot on towards Tamin. That at least denies one angle, but look at the instant push from Gen G. You are not allowed to get territory on these boys. They know exactly how they want to play it. They're set up so perfectly to catch VC as they come down the hill. But there's the next issue. Cannot overstep now. As much as you love aggression, 9 kills proves it. You cannot get overconfident. There are teams behind you. We're seeing TSM suffering a similar fate.
They are pretty close together, so they have to be very aware that grenades
no one can get close to
could be
them,
damaging
though, I
to
don't
their
think.
health. Speaking of grenades, they're up, they're over, they're looking for the next target. GX,
That's what's
they
good
have
about
to
that
run a
position.
gauntlet. It's open field day, and they could be easy pickings. Moving on to VC, there's an
Oh,
answer, there's a
Gen
response.
G.
Gen
10
G is
kills
owning.
in the bag. Even if they go out now, that's 10 clean points they picked up. Pio's down. Whether he's revivable or not, it's a different question. He's just in the hut, but teams might have an angle on that.
And there goes the final contender for VC. They are eliminated down in 6th. We're down to 5. I think Pio's safe to be revived here. It could be a little close on the time, but look at FaZe. They see blood in the water, and they're going to exploit
How many
it. Plus,
kills does
moving
FaZe
up.
have?
I like this. They're going to hold the ridge
Looks like
line.
they don't have any
to
kills.
overstep here. They control a good quarter of this new circle, but Genji are no one to be taken lightly.
Tyler's, thanks for 25 months, dude.
His issue is that they're held
Thanks
on the
everybody for all
outside
subs.
by the teams across the road.
Thank
They
you
can't
guys.
come too far
OTR Life,
up
thanks for
the
the 500
line of
bits
sight
again.
to expose
All right.
them. There's
Roger
no
that.
point in having a man knocked at this stage in the game. You might as well bide your time, wait for this circle to update, and then make your next maneuver as a 4-man stack. T1 eventually, depending on the circle, will have to come out of that building. The safety net will be taken away from them. And again, with it being a rooftop you can access by the ladder, they have so much line of sight on teams across the road. Had you had a sniper rifle at this stage in the game from T1, that could be an easy headshot waiting to happen. Circle goes the way of FaZe. T1, GX, what have you got left in the tank? GX are actually being held dead to rights by Mexi, all the way up against the circle. That's a really good preemptive play from him.
Let's take a second to look at this. Genji, yes, they are close to the circle, so are TSM. Problem is, what cover is there once they get to it? Not a great deal. So that's still tricky for the teams in the circle. FaZe currently becomes king of the hill. Only 2 kills, though, to sift by. So again, you've got to say Genji
Would I pick up a bolt action?
way ahead of
I don't
this
know.
still. T1 do need
I have
to
no
make
idea
the
because I
run,
don't
and
play
you
this
gotta hope they have
format,
a
so I'm not
vehicle to
sure.
do it, 'cause there's
Some
not
teams have like a dedicated
any easy way out of
bolt
this compound.
action,
You
but
cannot comfortably rotate.
most teams don't.
Maybe try and fight your way out, but I don't think people are going to give you much. 5 seconds, Rich. These teams need to look for their way forward. FaZe prepares.
Ada's the first one to go from T1. Needs to find a place for the rest of his teammates to follow. They can get the edge, and it is only an edge. The scrape of the circle will
It's
be...
just in.
Yeah, it depends how many more vehicles they've actually got. I think they can hide for cover. Has he got the smokes? He's got 3, so he can put them out for his teammates to meet them. They'll commit them now, but that's them gone for the next circle side. We spoke about Genji's angle on the teams across the road. GEX, they're going to fall victim, unfortunately, to all these teams in the position outside of the circle.
I've got to say, Genji are terrifying me. This is game 1, and they've just come out and absolutely massacred most of the lobby. Taemin finds Leo and GEX
They got
as they
12
try and make
kills.
their run. Have been halted. They've been stopped. They're
They're
being kept
screwed though, I
alive by
think.
smokes, and Genji aren't done yet. PO
We'll
has
see.
been
They're
knocked
still
again,
in.
though. So it is TSM with a line of sight towards them if they move forward. But Iroh wants in on this, and that's FaZe now feeling TSM's force. That scares me for FaZe. Maybe they weren't considering how much of an angle TSM might have.
We spoke about the angles that might come into play, and now the damage has been done on FaZe Clan. There's 2 players from TSM that are still all together. GX finally gone. There's a headshot that came through the imposing
No
side.
meds.
Remember those grenades if
Oof.
T1 has anything left.
No meds
TSM might be in
for
for a
Gen G.
full-blown bombardment. T1.
Iroh is getting in.
They're committing the smokes. This means they want to cross the road and get involved. We've seen them do this before, Lauren. They're not scared to take a fight. And while TSM and FaZe Clan knock the hell out of each other, here comes the Death Squad.
T1 are making the play at Iroh. Out of nowhere, his baffle turns around, and he sees a firing squad on the road. Bold, brazen. T1 want to live up to what Genji have been doing, and they might just do that. TSM from being maybe the downfall of FaZe to getting everyone's attention. Rory falls as the nade came out from a CAD, and it looks like T1 will fight their way forward.
Rory's gone, Ira's gone, Michael is just left hoping and praying they don't see him hiding.
He has been knocked. That's his 4th
There's
knock.
stims on them. They are damaged, but they're not out yet. The bombardment
What's
will
FaZe
continue.
doing? They're just
Grenades
sitting
going
there.
their way. I think it was a
I guess that's the
flashbang
play.
trying to
They have
draw
the
Michael's
best. They have like
attention.
good terrain.
Once he's gone,
They just
they
can't
can
see
then
anything.
force and focus on the 2 teams left uphill.
But look who's
Oh.
Mexi! He was building slowly and quietly, and he has just destroyed T1. You thought they were brave, and now
Michael got him.
they are dead. Out in 4th. Where do FaZe take this?
Michael's still alive. Let's go, Michael. Oh, he's so screwed right now.
They look quiet. They look cold. But now FaZe
Oh?
come alive. It is Sunday. There's never a moment they weren't going to deliver.
No,
There's
please,
another
no.
nade. Can you believe it? FaZe!
Can you believe it? Yes. Yes, we can believe it. The nades are stupid.
Against FaZe, but we know what day of the week it is, and so do the
Everyone at
boys
the end of the
on
game
your
is dying to
screen.
throwing a
Uber's making
bomb.
run. They're all pushing it.
Sick.
Genji had control, and now they just have Taemin. How much damage can one man do to an absolute
Not
god
enough.
of a team? He takes the fight,
Oh.
but I think we all know this is
Ooh,
Sunday.
we got a knock.
This is FaZe.
They ended yesterday with a win, and they start today exactly the same. 10 kills in the bag and a chicken dinner. These boys are hungry. This is FaZe Sunday.
They barely made it
They
to
have
the
numbers.
finals.
Post base number
Could you
49.
imagine a world in which you wouldn't see those men on your screen doing just that sort of damage? That nade was formidable. You saw them counting the time so perfectly. They saw T1 was just tunnel visioned on
Just had
TSM.
rocket launchers
you
at this
had to
point.
only look at the mini-map for a second, see FaZe, knew it was the time to strike.
How much attention did Michael draw from T1? They never looked the way of FaZe. They committed their smokes. I like the play. Get stuck in, get across the road. But you'd done the damage. You then had to focus on another team, the two teams that were still staring you down the barrel of the gun from uphill. They didn't. And Mexi says, well, you know what, boys? You're all clumped together. That's an easy set of points for me in the bag. He throws the nade and it finds the target, and it finds it well.
That was a good first game.
This is the Sunday we wanted, and we're seeing a lot of red on stage, so maybe Rachel's got a favorite. Who knows? We'll find out, I'm sure, in just a second, as she is down there waiting with the interview.
Thank you guys so much. I checked my calendar, and it is Sunday, so what do you see as your path to victory?